Hey, how you doing? This is Tom, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show. And I touched on this little radio. I'll call it a multimedia player because it does a lot of things for the past couple of shows, and today we're going to get to it. This is the Supersonic SC-1080BT. BT meaning it has Bluetooth capability. It's an AM, FM, USB, SD card reader, and plus it's a Bluetooth speaker. Also, it has 7 bands of shortwave. It's for a total of 9 bands, is what I'm trying to say. And I got this from Banggood for $11.19. And they have various models. Other companies carry it. I think even Amazon carries this, but it's a lot more expensive from Amazon. They have it with without Bluetooth, without shortwave, without the readers. So this is the full up, everything you can get, radio, multiplayer, whatever. I am so excited about this little gem that I'm going to use my scorecard here to review it. So we're going to go through each of these features and give it a grade. So let me get this piece of paper out of my way. We'll put this down here where I can get to it. Now let me kind of go over the look and feel to begin with. I just broke it. Oh well. This is going to be a short video since I just knocked it over. The first item is the look and feel of the radio. How does it look? How does it feel? Very good. The plastic is the better quality plastic, I would say, in that it doesn't look, it's nice and clean cuts and everything. It doesn't look like it was crudely stamped out. The joints all match well. The display is, even though it's pretty small, it's pretty easy to read. This one, unlike the QFX one I reviewed a couple of shows ago, down here where the band selector is, down here, the shortwave bands are numbered. The other one, there were numbers, so you can match the number to the shortwave band up here, so you know what band you're on. It has sections of the shortwave band. It has the international broadcast sections. So to give you an example, the first one is 147 to 5.06. So it starts at 4.175, and then the last one goes to 22 megahertz. Each of these are just a band, it doesn't cover continuous. So the look and feel to me is, for an $11 radio, is excellent. I'm going to give it, I just lost my pen, I'm going to give it an A on look and feel. Okay, so the next topic is readability, which I can't even read my own writing. Readability, how easy it's to read the dials, the displays and stuff. I kind of touched on that. The display is really easy to use, even with my poor eyesight. The button for selecting the band is easy to read. They're numbered. The writing on the end here, the various controls, is easy to read. The writing up here, where the controls up here, is easy to read. So readability, the dial, of course, is easy to read, and it dials really smooth. I'm surprised. So I'm going to give it, again, based on the fact it's an $11 radio, I'm going to give it an A. power options. This is the strangest thing I ever seen. Let me put this down before I break it off. Okay, here, let's see. There is a DC USB type input right there. It's mainly used, and I don't know if you can play the radio on that by itself if you have no battery in there. I didn't try that. Why didn't I think of that? But anyway, it's used to charge a rechargeable battery that comes with this radio. And this is what's bizarre. Because there's the rechargeable battery. A lot of companies, these small radios, are using this. It's a cell phone battery. And like I said, it comes with this battery, which I can get out. I'll try it from the other side. There we go.
I'm not sure.
So there's the battery. Very common battery, very inexpensive. Also, if you look down in here, it's got slots for AA batteries, 3 AA batteries. So you don't have to, so if this guy dies, you can get a common AA battery and stick in here and you're good to go. Like I say, a number of radios are using this battery, but that's the only option you have is this battery here. And if you're in an emergency or something, or you're out in the woods someplace, you're most likely not going to find one of these close by, where this one gives you that option of using AA batteries. And what does it say on here? Oh, it says the batteries, excuse me, the batteries are UM and UM-3. I think that's AA. Not sure about that UM technology or nomenclature. Okay, now we just have to figure out how to get the case back on without breaking it. Ah, the hell with it. Okay. I'm not patient anymore. So right now, what you heard is I have a SD card right in here. And so, let me get my flashlight again. My lighting sources in this room are not that good. So right there is my ugly finger. Right there is the SD card. Also, there's a slot for a full-up USB card, so you can play music off of either of those. Now, the one thing I didn't particularly like about this is it sticks up pretty high. This is all the way down. It sticks up pretty high. So, I don't know. Getting back to the scorecard. Gosh, I babble. I'm going to give the power options. Unfortunately, I'm such a dummy. I didn't check to see if you could power the radio off of USB. You know, it has this USB port for charging that battery. I'm going to take the time. I'm going to take the battery out, and we might break the radio, but that's part of the experimenting. And I'm going to go over here and find, I had one right here. I have one right here. I'm going to plug in the, and this is one of those funky shaped connectors, which they're quite common, but they're a little funky shaped for USB. I'm going to plug that in, and then you won't be able to see it because I'm going to have to put it down here where my computer is. I'm going to plug this USB into my computer and see if it plays. Okay. And the answer is not playing very loud, but is playing. So let me unplug that. So you can use it using no batteries and using the USB port, which is a neat idea so that you don't, use up your batteries. So that is another option. and it seems to work. And so I'm going to give it, under power options, I'm going to give it an A plus. Doing a great job here. Let me put the battery back in. Oh, I don't know if you heard that, but it also has a female Chinese voice that tells you what mode it's in. Let me see if I can get. I still can't get this battery cover on. There is a trick. I don't know it.
I've watched you for so long.
Oh, hush! God, I can't get this cover on. I've taken it off, 3 or 4 times, but now that I'm frustrated, I can't get it off. I can't even get it. I got it halfway on, and I can't get it off now.
Sirens have nothing.
I almost broke it then, trying to force it. Well, we just leave it hanging on the back there. What the heck? Oh, shut up. Okay. Where was I? Tuning. Now, if I had a... Oh my gosh, I'm going to get this ink all over me. If I had my choice, and there are some very inexpensive radios similar to this that have a LCD display with a frequency readout. If I had my choice, I would rather have those. Of this type of radio, which has, I gotta get a drink. Okay, Dr. Pepper. Okay, we're back. What was I saying? Oh, which has this analog display. They are a little touchy to tune. This one is pretty good for that, that type of tuning it is. It uses this thumb wheel, and it's very precise. It doesn't jump or slip or anything. It does a pretty good job. So based on that, it's not digital, so I'm going to knock it down 1 point because it's not digital, so I'm going to say a B. Okay, audio quality is very good. Amazing what these little tiny speakers that these radios are using will do. They give you quite a bit of volume, more than you need, and it doesn't seem to distort. Now, you won't get much bass, so we can forget about any bass. It's a single speaker, so you won't get stereo. So I'm going to give it, I say a B. Yeah, I'm going to say a B. I'm getting kind of generous this morning. Maybe it's the Dr. Pepper. Special features. This particular radio, for $11, has lots of features. It has, as I showed you before, it has SD reader, USB reader, it's a Bluetooth speaker. I don't know what, I think that's about it. That's stupid. I can't get this thing in or out. Oh, this is frustrating. I obviously put it in wrong, and now it won't come out, and it won't go all the way in. It's got these little feet on the bottom that, oh, well, the heck with it. Okay. Oh, this little guy here, this little sticker they put on there that's got high sensitivity, MP3 player, USB music, and hi-fi. I'm not sure how they can claim hi-fi. I guess you can claim hi-fi and not claim stereo. So this little sticker is on crooked. It's not real noticeable, but it's on crooked. Yeah. I'm going to see if I can peel that off. Anyway, but back to special features. Yeah, I'm going to give it an A on special features. 2 readers, capability, plus Bluetooth. I'm going to give it an A. So the last thing is reception. And I'm just going to have to tell you about reception, because reception in this room with all my electronics is terrible using built-in antenna. The antenna is pretty short. It's about maybe 30 inches tops, maybe 24. I did tune it in another room on shortwave, got a lot of stations. They were pretty easy to tune in. These are the stronger stations in the United States, stations in south of me. They came in fine. I haven't tried to tune anything in the evening. I did all this during the daytime. AM and FM, no problem at all. It tunes. We've got strong stations on AM and FM here. It tunes them fine. I did not get any bleed over into the shortwave band from the medium wave band, which several radios I've tested. There's a local medium wave station that's only about 5.5 miles from me that bleeds all over their shortwave bands. This one does not suffer from that. Now, granted, it does not have any external antenna connection, so you have to clip onto this. I have not done that, so I'm going to save the grade on reception until I can do some more reception testing in various conditions. So I'm going to let that go. But right now, based on what I did review, it looks like it's a B+ or an A-. So this radio is a thumbs up. And like I said, you can get it from Amazon. It's a little more. I think it was $17.99. I got it from Banggood for $11. Free shipping. It took 4 weeks to get it. So, and there are other companies that sell this, and there are other companies that sell it under a different brand name. Now, one thing up here is real confusing, and you probably can't see it, especially my finger in a way, is it says, I think, colon, C-O-L-O-N. I think that's what it says. And it's got a one of those circled R's, trademark designation. And the number on here is the RX-BT6622, different than the number that Banggood says. Plus, Banggood says this is made by Supersonic and not Clone or whatever that is, colon. So I'm a little confused about that. Let's see. This just says made in China. That's all it says. It didn't give you a manufacturer or number or anything like that. So I'm really impressed with this. Now, I would not suggest this as your first and only shortwave radio, because the reception is probably not fantastic, although I'm pretty impressed with it so far, and you've got this analog tuning. So if you're new to shortwave listening, you might say, well, shortwave, I can't get anything, it's hard to tune a station, and I'm not going to get into shortwave. So I would consider this as a radio as a backup radio. But if you're just toying with getting into shortwave, $11, all those features, hard to beat. So just keep in mind that it is an $11 radio, and that's why some of my grades are high, because I'm considering the cost of the radio when giving those grades. Anyway, that's the show. If you enjoyed this show and you like me reviewing these Chinese radios, please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment. Good grief, I love comments. If you didn't like it, leave a comment and say, why are you wasting your time with those junky radios? I don't think this is a junky radio. The one I reviewed a couple of shows ago, I'm putting it in kind of the category of junky radio. If I did a scorecard on that radio, I'm just going to quickly go over what I would say. And this is the QFX I did a couple shows ago. Look and feel, the plastic had some discoloration. The joints were not that good. I would give it a D on look and feel. Readability, there was no problem with the readability, except it didn't have any numbers down here on the shortwave bands. Numbers. It has no numbers. It just had dots. Another minus. So I would give it a C. Power options. It did come with an AC power cord, so that's good. So I would give it probably a B or A, maybe even an A. Tuning was difficult. It was the same type, except the dial was on the front. It was a knob, and it was kind of clunky. So just kind of overall, I would give that radio probably a C at best, maybe I give it a C. I give it a C. This one, looks like I'm going to give it an A. Also, the reception on that other radio was not very good. I could get some shortwave stations, but it was not good compared to this one. That's it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.